Okay, we have a running commentary of Patty Klein's backyard garden. I don't have the measurements of the entire garden. This is a composter from Garden Supply. If you need a composter, I will send you one. It is one piece. On both sides it has a little place to lift. You just lift this up to put the compost in. Very easy. When I put kitchen waste, which is vegetables only, I put weeds over it so it doesn't get buggy. That little tub there upside down is a weed catcher. This is the trap door on the bottom of the composter that opens so you can get the compost out the bottom. It does pretty fast. I have the whole garden most of it surrounded by comfrey, because comfrey, I learned, is a weed barrier, so it keeps the grass from coming in the garden from outside. Then I have my raised beds. Okay, we came back. We are back at the in gate. In the in gate. This bed here is 3 by 8. This bed here is 4 by 8. And I keep these permanent trellises in the middle for my dahlias, and I also have sweet peas growing on them now. But then in the front, on the outside of this bed, there's lots of room. So while we were planting garlic this fall, I had garlic growing this spring along this outside of the bed. At each corner I have a rhubarb. And these hog panels, which are very solid wire, I keep them up. And that's where my dahlias get tied up to. You can see dahlias interspersed here with the sweet peas. I'll show you a dahlia plant. Right there is a dahlia tied up to the... this is a volunteer dahlia. They do come up all over the garden sometimes. These are volunteer gardeners. The dahlias, this is one. This is a volunteer gardener. A dahlia that came up. And the other one doesn't have a bloom on it. So you can see here's dahlia, and sweet peas are growing up that fence, but that'll get pulled out. They bloom till I'm surprised they're still blooming. It's pretty hot. So that's the 4 by 8. This is the 3 by 8. And then over here behind the 3 by 8 is a 6 by 10. It was too wide to reach in and weed, so I put slates across the middle. So when I'm walking in there, I'm not walking on the soft compost that the garden stuff's planted in. There's beans over there, bush beans, which I'm starting to stake. Over there's a little hoops. You can see the hoops. I put shade cloth over those. In the summer, one of my lettuces taking off, and in the winter, until it's really too cold, I have remay over it to keep the lettuce, so I can be picking lettuce until December. This garden here is about not quite 2.5 wide by 8 feet long. There's dahlias growing on it. And at the end of one, I stuck a tomato plant just for the heck of it. My tomato garden is somewhere else, but I like to mix things up, so I put a very nice little large cherry tomato right here. There's an old composter down at the bottom of the garden. These two beds are just raised. There was not enough space to get wood raised beds between them. These have been mounded for years. So those are the mound guards. The whole garden was mounded, and that's how I ended up with the sizes I did. Okay, and then the slate walks in between the raised beds, and then the slate walk down the middle. Weeds still grow in them. I recommend when you put in a slate walkway, you put heavy plastic double under it to keep the weeds from popping through the slates. Down at the very bottom of the garden, no man's land, is weeds, of course, and asparagus patch, which has gone to hell in a houseboat. This is rhubarb. Not rhubarb, what do you call it? This is horseradish for Passover. Be careful where you plant. I planted horseradish years ago because it protects potatoes, and sometimes I put potatoes down here. I didn't this year, just never got around to it. So the horseradish, you gotta, remember, be careful what you wish for, because when you have horseradish, you have horseradish. So here's some dahlias growing up, and I tie them up to the fence with this is foam coated wire that I save and I use year after year after year. If you need that, I can send you some of that also. That comes from maybe Garden Supply, may have it, Gardener Supply. If you can't get it, let me know, I'll get you some. Young dahlias, more rhubarb. Okay, I think we're done here. There's a path in between the 6 foot by 10 foot raised bed. The raised beds the boards are 12 inches high. I think that's ample. I would start with that. Oh, here's the brackets on the bottom. It's a, oh gosh, I forgot I measured it and I forgot what it was. Wait, here's the measuring tape. I think it's a 5-inch angle iron. Let me see. It's a 6-inch angle. Okay, so you have 6-inch angle irons at the corners, 2 of them at each corner. Hope that gives you some picture. There's a pretty little dahlia. Good morning, honey. Oh no, in front of this raised bed, I have slate going up here, the composter, next to the fence, but I have a dirt place there in between. So I put, it's nice that you see this. This is what you see from the house right here. Some low zinnias and little low snapdragons, just to give color along the front of the raised bed. Could you believe that is a volunteer? And there's a picture of a very nice bee sitting on there. Can you see the bee? Hi, bee. And there's a very nice dahlia right there. That's called Marilla Dawn. I don't know if you can see her really well, not high enough. And sweet peas, which are wonderful. They smell delicious. Okay, there you are.